Growing up and having the chance to raise my younger cousins and watching my aunties going back to work after the maternity leave and just looking at the separation stage between the mother and the child, it used to stress me a lot. I would feel so bad for the mom and I would feel so bad for the child because the separation was so real. Both of them were going through a tough transition during that period before they could get used to it. And I remember asking God that when my time comes, please just give me a chance to raise the kids at home before I could go back to work, if at all I would be at work at that particular time. So I remember I said that I would intentionally ensure that I raise them at least for 1 year before that. And true to that, like they always say, God answers our prayers. I've had the privilege of raising my kids until they turn 1 year old and even more than 1 year before getting back on work. And basically I think also God has blessed me with work from home jobs, and that was really amazing. And today, guys, I'm going to share with you about happiness, just how to be a happy stay-at-home mom. And I know that some of the things I'm going to share, probably you know about them as usual, and some of them are things that you are going to learn today. If you are a struggling stay-at-home mom, I'm hoping that you will find peace and you will find joy and happiness by the time you finish watching this video, and hopefully you will get to find some of the simple things that I've shared here that you're going to apply in your life. Happiness is an inside job. You can create happiness anywhere. The material things give us short-term happiness, and once it's gone, we go back to being sad again. To live a more fulfilled life, we need to find happiness in every simple little thing. And as a stay-at-home mom, this is very, very important, since we do spend a lot of time with our duties and responsibilities when you're alone at home. And so if you're not careful enough, we can be easily depressed or experience anxiety most of the time. I personally have been there, and over time I have found simple and amazing ways to live a happy life as a stay-at-home mom and work on myself. Simple things like taking my time in the shower over some really cool music, dressing up even when I'm going nowhere, following a set daily routine, or reading a book. And these are just some of the things that make me happy as a stay-at-home mom. One of the things that really kills happiness for a stay-at-home mom is being indoors 24/7. If you are indoors and you finish the day, do your responsibilities and your duties, wake up, same pattern, same routine, it tends to get so boring. So in as much as we love just taking care of our homes, or maybe we don't have anywhere to go, I think creating a routine that would make us or prompt us to go outside would be really, really great. Personally, I like stepping out and breathe in some fresh air with my little daughter, on nature walks as we observe the beauty of the world around us. And my daughter really enjoys the walks more, and she gives me so much motivation. Going for walks in nature not only boosts your mood, but also provides endless opportunities for exploration and discovery, from spotting birds to collecting leaves. Every walk becomes an adventure filled with laughter and learning. Right now, I am doing a 10,000 steps a day challenge. Sometimes I don't beat the challenge, and it's okay. My phone has a health app that came with it, which helps me track the steps, but you can download a steps tracker on Play Store if this is something you want to try also. And whenever I go out for a walk, I come home feeling so light and energized with a fresh mind, and it's like all the negative energy were left outside with every little step that I took. So if you are really feeling so sad about your life, or things are not going the way you want, maybe you just need to step out and have that fresh mindset, and see things differently. When you come back home, you'd feel so much relieved. Being a stay-at-home mom is a job on its own, definitely. I know that most people don't look at it that way, but it's just a job on its own. It's a big job, honestly speaking, because the moment you decide to become one, that means that you've sacrificed a lot of things. You've sacrificed your career, you've sacrificed your job, your time, and you've dedicated all that to raising your family and taking care of your family and all that. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're just at home sitting down and just doing all the house chores and that's all. Stay-at-home moms, most especially in this generation, most stay-at-home moms work from home. Life is becoming so expensive. People are running up and down, bills are coming left, right, center. We have a lot of things to do, so most moms have resorted to taking care of their kids by themselves. And also finding a good nanny in this era, it's so difficult. And they're there, but most of them are not so intentional with their job. So most moms have resorted to taking care of their kids on their own. I know that even as we do that, sometimes we feel like things are not moving. Being at home, waking up to the same routine, like I said before, we feel like things are not moving. And of course, also catching up with things happening, whether online or outside. When you go out and you see your fellow women doing great stuff, sometimes you could be tempted to feel like, oh, maybe these people are doing great, they're better than me, and all that kind of stuff. I have been there before, and I know that most mothers are there also. And I just know that it's so easy to get caught up in these challenges, all these challenges of motherhood. But remember that your mindset determines your experience. When you choose positivity and cultivate an attitude of gratitude each day, you will see things differently. I started a gratitude journal with my kids, writing down one thing that we are thankful for each week while focusing on the blessings, no matter how small they are. This practice has really helped me to view life as being brighter and more joyful, appreciating the little simple things in life and counting my blessings, knowing that I am at a better place. And sometimes wherever we are in somewhere prayer point. I don't know if I'm making sense, but someone somewhere is really praying to be where you are. And maybe from wherever you are complaining to God and saying that, oh God, you're not blessing me now. If you look at it deeply and analyze your life well, you know that God has really blessed you. So staying positive is easier said and hard to practice. First practice is to always look at everything you're dealing with in a positive way. I grew up in a Christian home. Of course, I'm a Christian, and growing up, I remember seeing and of course experiencing and being part of prayers before we go to bed. And it wasn't always every other day, but every once in a while, especially when all the family members are together, those who live in different parts of the city or different parts of the country. Whenever we would meet, especially for functions or festive seasons, we would always pray before we got to bed. And my grandmom was the lead of the prayers. I remember my grandpa would go to bed and sleep early, and then my grandma would call everyone to come and pray before we go to bed. And this for me was a foundation, I think, growing up, knowing that we need to pray before you go to bed. You need to always put God first, and you need to make God the center of everything you are doing. And of course, also having a chance to live with some of my relatives, I also saw some of them praying before they went to bed, basically. And this one, like I shared, became a very strong foundation for me as a person. And when I had my own family, I think we started from there also. And every night before we go to bed, we normally hold a prayer session dubbed reflections, basically to mean reflecting how our day was. So each morning when I also wake up the kids, I ensure that they start the day with prayers before leaving their beds. I make sure that I do this every morning, and right now it's becoming a routine. So they do it with my guidance, and we always tell them that praying is basically simply having a conversation with God, like your best friend, imagining that you're sitting there with God, just like you always sit down with your best friend, and just telling God your wishes, your prayers, your hopes, your dreams, your fears, and everything else that you want, and we tell them something as simple as when they ask us, Mom, please, or Dad, please buy us this toy, buy us this tablet, we always tell them you need to pray about it first before you bring it to us, because when you pray, God is going to provide finances, money to Dad and Mom, so that they can be able to buy you a tablet or buy you the toy that you want, something as simple as that. And honestly, I think right now it gives me so much joy seeing them raising their hands in church to pray for everyone. It gives me so much peace. I believe that prayer is a powerful tool for finding peace and strength amidst the chaos of motherhood. So setting aside time each day to pray for and with your children is very, very, very important. Whether it's a simple bedtime prayer or a heartfelt moment of gratitude, involving your kids in prayer fosters a sense of connection and spirituality that can uplift the entire family. So always have a sincere prayer with God, and the faith that whatever you send to the universe will definitely come back to us. It will bring us so much peace, and we get to enjoy the happiness that comes with it. Another way to find happiness and joy as a stay-at-home mom is basically grooving to music or diving into a podcast. I'm not a fan of podcasts, but you would find me watching Being Kambua, Lin Gugi shows, TMI sometimes. I like Maggie Muga, sometimes Best Kept Secrets are my favorite. These are just some of my favorite podcasts, especially when I'm doing household chores, whether it's parenting tips, motivational talks, or storytelling podcasts. podcast for kids. Find what resonates with you and just dive right in. I do love some really good music, and I believe music has the power to uplift your spirits and energize your soul. So I created a playlist of my favorite tunes, and we sometimes have impromptu dance parties with my kids, especially in the evenings when they're back from school, before bedtimes, just to let loose, sing along and shock off some stress or tension. If you're feeling sad as a stay-at-home mom, try listening to some happy songs, or basically some nice podcasts that can uplift your spirit. And like I always say, don't be a loner. I know sometimes, especially me, most people think that I am an extrovert, but in the real sense, I'm an introvert. Like I always share, I connect, and you get to see the outgoing side of me if I am comfortable with you. If I'm not comfortable or used to you, then I'm definitely an introvert. So if this is someone like you, I mean, if you're like me, basically try as much as possible to let loose and connect with fellow moms. I believe that working or connecting to other moms will really help you a great deal. You can plan to have baby showers, you can plan to go out for coffee together, you can plan to do kids play dates, maybe go to a park with your children and let them play as much as they want, as you catch up together on the joys and the ups and downs of motherhood. You can go to church together, plug into a church, connect to fellow moms, and get to share the joys of motherhood together. And trust you me, you will learn so many things about motherhood that you didn't know about. You'll get to learn some of the ways in which your fellow moms are handling issues that you are struggling with, and you'll also get to share some of the things that are working for you and they can borrow from you. So try as much as possible to have that community. It will really help you relieve of so much pressure and so much stress that is going on in your life. There are so many ways that you can bring joy and happiness in your life as a stay-at-home mom, or basically just anywhere, not necessarily a stay-at-home mom. If you've been struggling to be happy, be joyful, trust me, there are so many ways of being happy, being joyful. The ones that I've just shared here are some of the things that I do personally that brings me so much happiness and joy. You can choose to borrow it and apply it in your life. Just pick something that works for you, and also let me know on the comment section some of the ways that you guys work with or do to find joy and just be happy. I would love to know some of these things from you guys, and I would love to borrow some of the ideas and apply the same in my life. Growing up and being raised by my grandma, I remember all the joyful and happy moments we had because of her. Despite everything she had gone through personally as a woman, she held the family together, and she still does, and it was so intentional, and she became our source of happiness and courage. Mothers are the light of their families, and despite doing everything to put things together, I am here to remind you that you need to give yourself some attention too, and know that everything will be all right. If you are struggling, if you're feeling sad, if you're feeling like you're not good enough, if you're feeling like everything is not working according to your favor, if you're feeling like you're losing it, if you need a friend to talk to, before anything else, just know that everything will be all right. If you need to repeat this statement, do it as much as you can every time that you feel so down and you feel like things are just not moving according to the way you had envisioned them. Always whisper to God or to the universe or to yourself that things will be all right. Everything will be all right. Just do your part and leave the rest to God, and always remember to stay happy always. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I hope you've learned something amazing out of it, and above it all, I hope that you get to experience the kind of joy and happiness you've always wanted to experience. Do share this video with your loved ones and your friends, and also give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in the next video. This is goodbye for now. Stay safe, stay blessed, and bye bye.